It's been a while, so I guess it's time for a tech review. What is it this time? As you know, the Galaxy Z Fold 5. But is it any good? And are the other reviewers right or not? We shall see. Hello again, welcome back to the channel. It has been a while since I've done a review, and since this just came out a few days ago, I think it's the ideal time. But as I said at the beginning, I have a different view on what this phone will be, rather than just, oh, it unfolds and the front screen is useless. That's what most people say. I think I'm going to come up with something slightly different. Watch till the end for my conclusion and you'll see just what I mean. But for now, let's get on and open this thing up. So here we go. Time to unbox. Very small box, for considering it's such a large phone. Let's go on the top first. That's very interesting. Look, there's a cutout there. Match the cutout where the cameras are, if you can see that. So this, yeah, not a lot in this. This will be instruction booklets and so on. Let's have a quick look. Move that out of the way. So we've got quick start guides and all that nonsense. Don't need that. USB-C to USB-C, which will be useful for not only charging if you add a power brick of your own, but also transferring data from the previous Samsung phone. Leave that there. And a SIM removal tool. That's it. As always these days, no kind of charging block, power brick, or anything else, or headphones and so on. Take this out. That is everything in the box. They're quite a small package, really. That can go over there out the way. Progress. That's it. So this is the cover the phone has on it. It's getting dusty already from my table, even though I cleaned it. Never mind. Right, let's get this sucker out. Not as satisfying as some. Only a little bit there. Something just, oh, what was that? Just a little bit of the cover just came off. Here we go. And this is the phone in all of its glory. So I do have it in the ice blue. Not sure if the colours come out as they should, but it is a nice unusual colour. Would have preferred purple, of course, but can't win them all, can you? Just put it that way so you can see better. There you go. Right way around. So confusing with upside down cameras and stuff. So there we go. That is the screen. So we can see folds. There is no gap, which is what I saw pretty much no gap. A tiny little gap. You can see a little bit just there. See a little bit of the table through, but not a lot. That's quite good. So we have the spine in silver. If you can make out, there you go, the Samsung logo there. On the back, 3 cameras and the flash. On this side we have the power, which is also the fingerprint scanner and the volume rocker. And by there is where the SIM card will go. It actually will hold 2 SIM cards, which is kind of nice. On the top then we have some microphones and a speaker. On the bottom we have another microphone, a speaker, and the USB-C charging port. That is really about it. Glass on the back. Obviously you've got the front screen, which is 6.2 inch AMOLED screen. It's a dynamic AMOLED screen, and inside a 7.6. It's got a Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor, 4400 milliamp battery. I said triple cameras on the back, 5G, obviously it always is, wireless charging and all the usual stuff. 256 gig of RAM is the base model. This is a 512. It's also got, I believe, 12 gig of RAM as well. So that's pretty good. Let's compare it quickly before I turn it on to my old phone. So my old phone, I did a review of as well. So this is the Galaxy S22 Ultra. Obviously it comes with the wonderful S Pen, which doesn't come with that, unfortunately. Yes, I've got a case on it, so let me take out the case. That'll make it much better. So here we go. Let's compare the size. So not as many cameras. A little bit of a shame there. We've lost a little bit of camera. See the size, it's not that much difference in size really when you look at it. A little bit shorter, a little bit thinner. I'll put it on top of that one. We can see the difference in the phones. A little bit of warmth from the camera. Interesting. So what happens then when we open it out? How does it look different now? So we can see whichever orientation you put it in, it's not quite as big. It's almost a square, which I think is a weird orientation. I don't know why they've chose the size, because if you're watching a video, it should be more of a widescreen. So I'll have to see what that is. I think it could have been a little bit wider. I know I'm supposed to watch videos that way, so then you can fold it and so on. You can just about make out the fold a little bit. Interesting. Right. I suppose I shall turn it on, set it up, transfer some stuff, and see how it actually looks working. So here we go. Both phones switched on. They've got very similar screens, I believe. If I remember rightly. Anyway, both running similar version of Android. I think they've both got 13, I believe. So I believe this had an update recently. You can see the difference quite clearly in the size. You see the size of the icons. Big difference. Obviously, you can change a lot of that in your settings and play around with that. That's all fine. Stuff we can do. Let's have a look what it's like for some media. It's gonna take forever now. It's not connecting to Wi-Fi. Why is it not? Because my Wi-Fi is off. That'll be why. Turn the Wi-Fi back on. Shouldn't take this long. Try that again, shall we? Right, that's on my channel. Let's get the other one on the same. Subscriptions. Right, so straight away, you can see which has the better experience. It's obviously going to be the normal Samsung S series, just because it's slightly bigger, you get a little bit more information. And obviously, if I play a video, let's make sure the volume is down. Don't want to be listening to me. Yeah. Can I skip? Oh, it's gonna play videos on it. Why is it one phone's got advert and the other one doesn't? Lots of wobble because of the cameras on the back, but that's fine. So if we put it full screen, let's have a look at the difference when we do that. There's obviously quite a different experience on the two phones, which is as you would expect. But let's have a look if I open this one up. Can I now go full screen? And there you go. Better that way, I think. Come on. There we go. So a little bit bigger. Let's see what the size. So there you go. You can see the size difference in the picture. There's the difference there. Oh, didn't like that, did it? That's quite good. But with this one, you can obviously bend the phone. So let's put that aside for now and have a play with this. So as you can see, you can bend the phone and you can have more information down the bottom, so you can see what's coming next. Lots of different things you can do, which is kind of nice, I must admit. I do quite like that feature. It's not bad. Okay. One thing I did get myself, now as I said, some things I do like from the S series, or the Note series as it used to be rather than the Ultra, is the S Pen. But I have, because there is an S Pen available for the Fold, you have to use a Fold edition. Normal S Pen will not work on this screen. The screen is much softer, the S Pen is too hard and you can damage it. So because there's not a lot of difference in them, I've managed to get myself a cover that's supposed to be for the Fold 4, and this was on sale ridiculously cheap. Get something to open it up with. Let's open this case up, because it comes with an S Pen. The case isn't perfect for this, obviously, because it's designed for the Fold 4, but it will still fit. The only difference in the two phones really is where the there's this one. Yes, pen. All right. So as I was saying, the main difference between the two, between the 4 and the 5 folds, is the camera module. Let's close this up a second. Oh, everything's coming out. So the difference, you can see there, the cutout is similar, but the 5 has the flash, whereas the 4 had it underneath, but it will still work. Just means I won't have a flash until I upgrade. There is you can get a similar case for the 5 that has this module here, which has a little stand on the side, as you can see, which is quite nice. That'll be quite useful, but you can take that off and put this on instead. This, if you can see it very, very well, you can't even see the S Pen on it. Let's pull that out then. It has an S Pen. The light's not great, but maybe I'll switch to the other camera for a moment. Notifications. Yeah, I needed more light here. My Samsung logo there, and that's about it. They're pretty basic cases. Ooh. And I've got a tip removal tool and spare tips as well, which is kind of nice. I'll put that aside. So that will fit. You can see it fits a little bit of a gap there where the flash would be, but I'm not worried about that. I mainly wanted this for the S Pen. So let's have a look. This works. I'll be so glad that it doesn't. I've been told that it does work. Woohoo! There we go. Oh, S Pen. How wonderful are you? I do like the S Pen. This does as well have a button on it as well, like the normal S Pen would. Done, 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 done. Enjoy your S Pen. Yes, I will, but I'm going to hold that to stop it banging. As we go, we've got all the different... Once it loads... New sketch. And we see you're all the different pens, and it is pressure sensitive as well. So I can go really light, press it a little bit harder, darker lines. Better with a pencil. You see, you can do all the shading and do what you want to with it. So, it's so nice, and this is much bigger because the normal pen I'm used to is obviously the one from the Note series or the Ultra. See the difference in that? Quite a big difference. Quite considerable difference. So yeah. Okay, that's good. I'm happy with that. That'll be good. I just need to sort out the case. That's pretty much it. I just need to use it for a few days and see what it's like. But so far, I do quite like it. That screen is so bright. It's actually giving me problems with the camera. There we go. Turn it down a little bit. Okay. It's better. It's not blowing everything else out. Yeah, I needed more light. Oh well, never mind. At least I didn't get loads of reflections on it. That's about it. So hopefully it's a little bit informative. I'll do an update one in a couple of days. Camera. Yes, that's this phone nicely set up. It looks good. I do like how it looks. So it gets blown out with these lights and camera, but oh well. No one. I'm going to use this for a couple of days, see how I feel about it, but already I'm feeling something about the size. We shall see after a couple of days. So bear with me. I'll be right back in a couple of days will have passed. Okay, so I've been using this now for the best part of a day, and I just wanted to give my thoughts on how it's actually doing as a phone, because obviously it's a foldable. I've had loads of other phones, so how does this compare to what my expectations were? And to be honest, it's not quite what I was expecting, but in a good way. Now, most people complain about this front screen being a little bit small and unusable. I'll turn it back off because there's too much glare off it. So everyone always says that this screen is way too small, you can't type on it, you can't view videos on it, and whatever else. That's not how I look at it. So the front screen is, for me, notifications, things like that. I can type on it. It's fine using WhatsApp. Notifications, clock, alarm, all that kind of thing is absolutely fine. What it excels at is the size. Now, the size of this, oddly enough, they do call it candy bar, is very similar to things like the Nokia 3210 classic phone. You hold it in your hand like that, and it feels comfortable. There's a nice grip to it. It's a nice size. If I compare it to the old Samsung S22, it's pretty much Samsung S23. It's quite thin. It's quite sharp. Okay, it's okay to hold, but like, see my fingers come around it, and as a phone, it feels a little bit odd from what we're used to when mobile phones first came about. This is comfortable. It doesn't have sharp edges. It's places to put my fingers. I can press the button and fingerprint scanner and so on. It really works as a phone, and holding it, it's comfortable. That's what I'm getting from this. It's what I think works. It fits better in my pocket, although yeah, it's a lot thicker. Look at the difference in size. The difference in thickness. You think, how's that going to be comfortable? But it's the height. The height makes a difference. The width makes a difference. It makes it easier to put in my pocket. It's just all around. It's just, I don't know. It's that. It's holding it like that, like a remote control. You hold it. See, it's like a remote control. Everything is made that size. Normal phones these days are not made to be used as a phone. It's a multimedia device. That is not a phone. That is a multimedia device. This is a phone. It's what it is again. Phones are that size. It fits in my hand perfectly for a phone. I can hold it like that, and I don't put my fingers over the screen. I can hold it quite firmly. That's not going anywhere. I pick up this one, and I hold it in the same way. My fingers are coming around the front of the screen. It's not comfortable. I've got my finger in a weird place there because I can't put my finger around it that well. So I hold it like that, and that is just weird. Whoever holds a phone like that is a weirdo. But you want to hold it so you've got access to the screen. But it's not comfortable. It's fairly sharp there. Yeah, it's rounded, but the width of it isn't great. I like this. I like the form factor. Yeah, people say they like the Google Fold. I haven't personally tried it. They like it because of how wide it is and how usable the front is. It's not the point of this phone. The point of this phone is to be a phone. Then you open it up and it's a tablet for multimedia. That's multimedia. That's a phone and notifications. Perfect. It blew me away when I realised that it is made to be like phones used to be. Comfortable to hold in your hand, hold up to your head. Yeah, we all use Bluetooth. Progress. But that's what it's for. That's why they like this form factor, because it is like a phone. Yeah. Weird revelation. Now I understand it. I gotta stop waving my hands in front of my camera because it autofocuses. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Hopefully that was a little bit of an insight. I wasn't actually expecting. I was just thinking, the front's okay, is usable. It actually is. That is the whole reason you use it as a phone. You open it up, then you use it as a multimedia device. That's it. Perfect. Anyway, please subscribe if you haven't already. Comment, like, tell me, do you agree with me? Do you think that's why it's been designed this way, so it feels like a phone? It's comfortable for taking calls and making calls. That's the idea. Interesting thought, I think. Anyway, thanks a lot. Join me again soon for whatever comes next. Bye bye for now.